Hey guys, how's everybody? I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to share with you some things that the Father's been working with me on, and not only working with me on, but this has been a huge kind of stumbling block for me. And a couple of years ago, when I was first awakened to the Spirit, when I first felt the call of God, He showed me these things, and I've spent almost 2 years in fear of them. Being afraid I was getting it wrong, or I don't know, even just feeling like I'm crazy, because these things are all new concepts, really, to the way I've lived up until the past couple of years. And over the past couple of years, I've had an unbelievable amount of pain, physical pain, and physical distress, really. A lot of physical manifestation of what is ultimately spiritual, things that I spiritually needed to address, still need to address, am addressing. But so this morning, I think I'm going to title this Correlating Spirit, Soul, and Body, because they all work together. And the only way really to heal your body, truly have healing, is through the Spirit. Because your body is a manifestation of that. And so, for example, whatever symptoms you have, whatever issues you have, that's indicative of where you have disharmony spiritually, of where you're out of balance, of where you're off kilter with the laws of the Father or the law of love. And that is the point of the symptoms. That is the point of the pain, is to alert you to that. But we don't put it together, or I haven't. And today I was talking to somebody, and it occurred to me how these things, spiritually, what they mean, right? So you can have, a spiritual imbalance, meaning you're one way, too far on one side. And you can also have trauma that you carry in your soul, which we all do. We all carry these hurts and this pain around with us, and it has to come out in some way. And it will come out through symptomology in your body. So it's all about disharmony, or dis-ease, right? That's what it is. And there, he kind of walked me through some of the major systems and what they indicate to us, like the areas that we need to think about if we're having pain and problems with a particular system in our body. So, starting with neck and back pain. And this is also like posture. And this can be muscles or, spinal pain. But what is your spine? It is what keeps you upright, right? It is your strength. It's your courage or your weakness. It can, if you're having problems in that area, it can indicate that you have a lot of fear, or you have a lot of shame, or you have a lot of guilt, that you are carrying around burdens, right? And it's telling you of your weakness, right? Where your weaknesses are. And so until you address those things, until you address your own shame and guilt, your own burden that you are holding on to for dear life and won't let go, until you until you are able to get over your fear and be courageous and be strong in what you know to be true, these things, and that means sticking to it, right? Standing on the truth, not wavering. Your spine is straight up and down. It shouldn't be bent. It shouldn't be curved. It should be straight, right? And so if you have problems in that area, these are the things to think about. So headaches, that's another thing. And that is something I have greatly suffered with the past couple of years. And headaches indicate wrong thinking, right? Or backward thinking, or thinking that your thinking and your perception is opposed to the natural order of things, the natural law of love, and it's causing pain in your head, right? It has to do with your perception, your thinking, and even the voices that are in your mind that you may be listening to that are not the Father. And that was like a big light bulb for me, because I have honestly considered every perspective, and from A to Z, and the bottom line is it's all about love. But in my weighing everything out, I was trying to make sense of it in another way, which is wrong thinking, because there is no other way that it makes sense. And what sparked this today is someone was talking about having tooth pain, and that they've had a lot of dental problems lately, and several root canals, and having to have more. And so if you have tooth or mouth pain, you need to think about, what are the words you're speaking? Do you gossip about other people, slander other people, stir up trouble or dissension? Do your words build others up or tear them down? Do you attack people with your words, with your speech, or do you speak peace? And if you're not speaking the language of love, it will show up in mouth or tooth pain, because your speech is unbelievably important, right? I mean, 1 John says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So our words create. So ask yourself, what words are coming out of your mouth, even when you think nobody is watching? I guarantee and promise you, somebody is watching. Somebody is hearing. And even if they weren't, you're getting the feedback from that in reaping what you sow. And all this stuff is a hard concept for me, because I wanted to just think I'm a victim of, these physical pains and problems. But the truth is, that's not the truth. You're not a victim of it. The body itself is a feedback loop, a way to alert you to the places and the things that you need to work on and change. So let's take our ears. Any kind of problem you have with your ears, like I've had a big problem with tinnitus or ringing in my ears, which has almost literally driven me bananas. But again, how do you hear? What are you listening to? How do you perceive what you hear? Ears are gates to our mind, to what we see, perceive, and believe. So what do you hear? And that's another thing. Again, it goes back to what voices are you listening to? Eyes are the same thing. They're also gates, your eye and ear gates. This is how we are influenced, mainly through our eyes and our ears. So what do you see? Do you have earthly vision or heavenly vision? What do you, on a literal level, what do you expose yourself to visually? What do you watch on TV? What do you look at? What do you read? And with the eyes, how do you view the world? How do you view the Father? How do you view one another? So if you have problems with your eyes, then you might think about how you are seeing things, and that maybe you're not seeing them correctly, or maybe you're not seeing them with love. And so there's also the nervous system. A lot of this is based on me. I had a couple of years ago, I had a point in time where one side of my whole body would go numb, and I was falling. I couldn't, I was having to hold on to things to walk. And that is a balance, that is your energy. Your nervous system is your energy. And I was completely out of balance, pulled too far in one direction, right? I don't have that problem anymore. That was something that a doctor told me may be indicative of a fatal illness. But the truth was, it was a spiritual imbalance of my energy, because it's gone. And there's no other way to explain that. So your nervous system is a big deal. It's your energy, and you have to balance and regulate and correlate your energy from the spirit and from your soul. You have to clean that junk out of your soul, that trauma, that pain that you're carrying around, because it will weigh you down. It will pull you off balance. And that's what happened. And so joint pain, that's another thing, and that has to do with your flexibility in life, in situations, and are you rigid and stern and unbending no matter what? And that's being prideful or selfish or self-righteous. Or are you able to flow with the things that come in and out of your life? And so that's joint pain. And these, I'm just giving one or two examples. You could go on forever, right? So stomach pain or intestinal problems, and that has to do with what do you feed yourself with? On the spirit level, what do you feed yourself with? With positivity and beauty and joy, or with negativity and toxic things, right? I mean, what is your food? What is your fuel? What do you take into yourself to nourish you? What nourishes you or not? Are you fueled off of conflict and problems and criticism, or from kindness, goodness, mercy? What is your fuel? because food is energy, right? What is your energy source? And so that, it all comes back to energy, but this is how it can manifest in different areas of your body. Now, your lungs or your respiratory, and this has to do with what are you enveloped in? What do you surround yourself with? Air, what do you take in and put out, right? And again, is it clean and clear consciousness? Or is your body, your spirit, and your soul still full of toxins that you've carried around that you won't let go of? I mean, the way that I try to think about it is I want to breathe in gratitude and breathe out love so that I'm taking in the goodness and giving back out the love. And so how do you view it? What are you breathing in and breathing out? And I don't mean literally, because we don't often have a choice on the air we breathe. But it's a spiritual, it's all about the spirit. Are you breathing in life? Are you breathing in death? Are you breathing in fear? Or are you breathing in faith? What do you surround yourself with? So our bodies are kind of the way God has explained it to me, and I don't mean this in any diminished kind of way. We're kind of our bodies are like a highly advanced technology. That's a feedback loop that takes in everything that we bring in and kind of demonstrates it through your body so you can identify the areas where you're out of harmony. That's what it's meant to be. That is what pain is. A signal, an alert, meant to warn you and point out to you where you have disharmony within your spirit and soul. So if we want to cure pain or rid ourselves of suffering, then we have to pay attention through the signals in our body that are telling us where we're off. And you can try and fix that from the outside, and I try to do things like take vitamins and eat healthy and drink water and that type of thing, which you should do. But at its core, it's about healing your soul and your spirit and balancing it all out to be in alignment with love. And you have to change it. A doctor can't fix it for you, because just like this person I was talking to, they keep having to go back, another root canal, another dental problem, and it's because the core issue is not being fixed, right? This is someone that I know slanders people and gossips and stirs up dissension. And so until we get that it's coming from us, from our spirit, then it's not going to change, because it's not meant to change until you change it. It's meant to continue to warn you. It's a warning. It's a red flag. Pay attention to this. So this is the kind of thing that the Father is just standing by, waiting on us to get, to understand, and to seek Him out to help us with it. Because it's His will that we are healed, that we are healthy, that we are whole. But until you identify the problems and fix them, change them, repent, right? Turn away from them, You're not giving him the power to do that, because you're just sabotaging yourself. You're doing it. And I would have fought tooth and nail about this a couple of years ago. You're doing it to yourself. And that's the truth. And it's hard for people to hear, but it's the truth. Now, I don't believe that's true in children, because I believe I happen to believe children are also teaching us about ourselves. And that's a more complicated subject. But what we don't really understand, or I didn't really understand, is our suffering. Really, we suffer because deep down in our subconscious, we truly believe we deserve to suffer. Our subconscious holds on to things we've done and said, and all of that, and holds a grudge against you. You hold a grudge against you, because even in our subconscious, we know right from wrong, good from bad. We know what we've done wrong, and our subconscious is the part of us that holds us responsible, right? It doesn't forget, and if we allow it to, it will hold us captive in that. That is why Jesus, his message, my Father desires mercy, not sacrifice, not for you to continue to suffer, but to forgive even yourself for the past. And stop punishing yourself. All you have to do is change it. You don't have to pay a penalty. He doesn't want a sacrifice from you. He is not holding it over your head. Never has. Never will. So you not only have to forgive other people, but also yourself.